Welcome to the Alt Reality.
Hello, City of Heroes, City of Villains fan. It's me, Tommy, also known sometimes as Sawgrass. I really need to consolidate all my names. It's getting confusing, I think, to people. But anyway, welcome to another exciting episode of my random adventures. This video, I debated making this video, but at the end, it's important to make this video before the Sentinel buffs come out. So this is my Electric Energy Aura um, Mace Mastery Sentinel. Scion of Mu. I had changed his name because I like this name better. This name came to me like, ooh, I like Scion of Mu better than what I had. I was calling him Mu Jafar, but I like Scion of Mu better. They get in cops. He's kind of like a nod homage to Black Adam, Shazam, the whole Shazam family. He definitely has a little nod of that with him. He's a Sentinel. He's got an energy aura for a secondary and electric blast. And so my premise is this. Sentinels actually, I keep seeing people post, and I just saw it again earlier this week, post in forums or in game chat, that Sentinels are underpowered, and it just makes me smack my head every time. Probably the smoothest leveling I've ever had, not using AE has been this Sentinel, this particular Sentinel. I've got another one too. It's a dual pistol super reflexes, and he's also pretty damn dope. My teleporter, but I'll show him later. But I just want to do this guy. I'm going to show you this guy what I think he's capable of, what he does, how good he is against just some mobs in the game and just regular game pain. We're on +2 times 6, so plus enemies are +2 to me. Team size is 6, so it will spawn as if there's 6 people on the team. Yes, he can do. I have done +4 8 with him. I do not enjoy that. I do not enjoy +4 times 8. It drives me nuts because it just takes so long to kill everything, and it just I don't like it. Some people enjoy it. I find it more of a long sweaty haul that I'm not interested in. And really, I want to shout a nod out to oh shoot, I'm forgetting people's names. JC Servant. JC Servant. He's amazing. I really like watching his videos. I don't agree with everything he says, but I don't agree with anybody all the time. But the case that he makes for things like Sentinels, he challenges the wisdom of people's idea of what they think the top tier characters are to play. I think is important. And I think his advice is great for new players. One thing that really frustrates me when I see a lot of cast about the game, or I read about the game, or some post something about the game, they're writing for people who have billions of dollars in infamy, who can afford the most top tier crazy builds, and that's just not, I, I mean, I don't know. Just not everybody. What about people that just want to get into the game? If you just want to get in the game and get to rolling, I'm telling you, roll a Sentinel. But I would say stick with Electric Blast or Fire Blast. Would be my and Storm. Sorry, Electric Blast, Fire Blast, Storm, and Water Blast. On a Sentinel, all four of those are outstanding. The other ones are okay. Oh, Beam Rifle too. Beam Rifle too. There's some leftover ones, but Beam Rifle stands out to me. Water Blast stands out to me. Electric Blast definitely stands out to me, and I'm missing one. And Storm Blast are all excellent Sentinels. This is the build that I'm running. As you can see, it's not that crazy. This could be achievable by somebody who had limited resources in the game and wanted to spend like maybe a few hundred million. The hardest thing to probably get would be the ATOs, which you don't need the ATOs for the Sentinel. You could put something else in there, but even this is achievable if you can figure out how to open up the superhero supervillain lock boxes and learn how to flip those into the ATOs you want. It's a little complicated. I might show a video on that, but this is achievable. This build is achievable. There's nothing crazy in this build. There's no crazy winter sets. It's just super easy to build, easily achievable build. So this is what he's running. Nothing too fancy. I'm always dipping into that tough and that weave because I'm squeezing out that extra protection. I went with something weird here with the coordinated targeting. I really wanted coordinated targeting on this. I think coordinated targeting is excellent on Sentinel because it stops to hit debuffs. It gives you to hit debuff resistance, and also it gives it to all your teammates. All your teammates have to hit debuff resistance, and that's crazy. It's awesome. Classic normal build, getting hasten in there, just normal stuff. There's nothing in this build that's crazy you couldn't do. I mean, I've got some extras in here. I've got these, these uniques are in here for a little extra stamina and recovery and stuff like that, a little extra regen. My favorite sliding technique, which I think is underrated that people don't pay attention to, and I learned it from the forums, the efficacy adapter 3 slotted gives you that improves your recovery by 1.5%, which to me is just as good as any of the fancy products out there, and it's cheap and it's affordable. Most of my builds are cheap and affordable. So let's first we've got our little pets hanging out there. We love Ball Lightning. Ball Lightning is a cute little buddy. And oh, sorry, Voltaic Sentinel. I call him Ball Lightning because he reminds me of Storm's Ball Lightning that she summons in the X-Men. We're gonna hit aim. I'm gonna strike back here from a distance, and I'm actually what I want to do. I could draw a bigger crowd, but I just want to get started. So I'm gonna slap the hold on him. This is my underpowered, weak Sentinel. Just underpowered. All those shocked. Now the crazy part is, I took this guy to test. I, it's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. He just drains mobs ridiculously. Pop a little health there. I'm also talking and trying to game at the same time, so I'm not as on my toes with the clickety clicks as I should be. But they're drained so badly that they just run away. I'm gonna hold them. Oh, I forgot that those Banes are resistant to holds and immobilizes. Look at all that shock. If you want an experience, take your Electric Sentinel onto test and watch the shock with the additional crits. It's better than Scourge. It's absolutely disgusting. I'm wondering what's going to happen when this hits live. And I think we're going to see complaints from people who play blasters because it's going to be like, why would I play a blaster? I think this does as well as an armored blaster. Probably not as well as something crazy like a fire. I haven't tested fire on the test server with Sentinels. Probably won't be as good as a fire blaster. Some more extreme cases, but most people's blasters that are not that well built, he more than competes and keeps up with them. I played him in content where I felt I did not feel weak. I didn't feel like I was behind. I can herd with this guy too if I want. Let's see if we can herd and we're just gonna zoom back over here, back here. This would be a lot easier too if I did it with my if I had my incarnates on, but I intentionally turned the incarnates off because I just wanted to demonstrate how this guy is even without incarnates. Just running around with Skittles, just running around with the Skittles and the pet. I'm gonna drain again here. Energy Oris drain is insane. This brings me right back to full. If I had my incarnates on, this would be even more ridiculous. It would be even more, my health bar probably wouldn't move. I kind of turned the incarnates off to prove a point here. If the incarnates were off, this would just be ridiculous. I mean, the incarnates were on, it would be even crazier. Those mobs wouldn't get a chance to run. They wouldn't get a chance. They would all just be staying there shocked and dying. Back back up a little bit here. Part of it too is I need to figure out my camera angles when I'm do streaming because I feel like my camera zooms in super close. But just with Skittles, no crazy buffs. I even didn't use my mutation, and nothing from the empowerment station either. I just wanted to show the raw Sentinel without any extras added on. Just the power sets he's got. This is going a little bit slower than it would go if I had all my incarnates running. If I had assault running, and if I had my alpha. I forgot what I picked for the alpha. But this is just the raw Sentinel. This is what this guy is probably like at like level 45 or the 30s when characters tend to come online about the 30s in this game. After level 25, things starts happening. Um, just because I want to get moving, I'm gonna abuse a little bit of these guys here, the Skittles, the Skittle abuse. Just gonna, and then we're gonna dive back here. Come on and join Daddy for some fun. And he's just gonna sail through these guys. Again, the incarnates are off. So if the incarnates off, there's a little bit more. It takes a little bit longer to kill things, but most things he can usually kick out a lieutenant in a couple of 2 or 3 shots. A boss in about 4 or 5 shots. Looks like somebody debuffed me. They got hit with some anti-fly. Now, obviously, he doesn't taunt and hold aggro as good as a tank. And with incarnates on, his health probably wouldn't have dipped as much, but it's alright. His heart hardly ever dips with the incarnates on. This is probably going to be more similar to gameplay that somebody would have with the Sentinel when they're just starting out, before they have all the fancy stuff. You know, all the fancy set bonuses, all that other stuff. Well, you still have set bonuses. If I have time, I might drag one of my lower level Sentinels that just has generic IOs, so they've got no set bonuses at all, and take that sucker for a little bit of a spin. Oh, it was a male widower. I love that we got male widowers now. I call them Fortunatos. These guys are coming out to cause a problem. We rescued Arnold Decker. Who's up there? He fired at somebody up there, but let's come in here. I'm going to just go up a purple down and make it a little bit easier on ourselves. And in we go. This is a nice clumped together mob that it'll be easier to drain the energy from. Also, I'm sure there's going to be some criticism of my attack chain because I'm not efficient with my attack chain. This guy, I know it. Ooh, looks like I've got some buddies coming in. Gulp another purple down just to keep ourselves going here. Also, another thing that's happening is that coordinated targeting is upping my to hit significantly, which means I'm just which means I am just not missing very often. If I was on a team, I'd be up in there to hit too, and that combined with oh, looks like I done pissed off the natives. I did not mean to piss off and aggro that whole room, but here we go. Again, maybe much smoother with the incarnates on. In the incarnates on, I would just be shrugging all that off. Look at the range on this. I love that. So it is a little messy, yeah. Incarnates are turned off. Um, I didn't make the best choice for AOE immobilize, but I wanted the coordinated targeting. Kind of fit my vision for this guy. An idea that he helps teams out through his endurance drains and his buffs that he brings with him. So coordinated targeting for Sentinels, I think, is a nice little buff to carry without having to without having to dip into the leadership pool. All right, let's get Decker out. Looks like he's following us at a good pace. I don't think that was an ambush combined with room aggro, but he handled it fine. Oh, looks like we've got some Nemesis automatons that want to come play. I want to get out of here, so I'm going to gobble some rebs up. And then I'm going to also take a luck. And we're going to do this. Oh, and I'm not using my. I'm kind of glad they're fixing opportunity because, yes, people are definitely forgetting to use it. I love how the pets hangs really far back in blast. Wait a minute, sir. Where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? Don't leave. Now, could he handle +4 times 8 if he was debuffed? Like if I took away his incarnates and stuff. That I don't haven't tried yet, but I think it would be a little harder. He can definitely do that with He can definitely do that when he has all his incarnates and stuff. He's got his Ion Judgment going. He can pull it off. But anyway, that's my little Sentinel video. I think Sentinels are really good. I think Electric Blast on Sentinels is slept on, especially if you combine it with a secondary that can do Endurance Drain as well, because the mobs are just going to be drained. You're going to drain as well as a defender. The mobs are just going to be drained dry. That shock mechanic with the electric jumping from jumping to from target to target, I think solves a problem with Sentinels and as far as their target cap because it's just shock is just hopping around, and it's even crazier on test. My second favorite set on Sentinels, I would say, would probably have to be Dual pistols. I love dual pistols on Sentinels. It's really stylish. I don't know if it's the best DPS, but it is. It's pretty to watch. And Sentinel, it works well with Sentinel secondaries like ninjutsu or super reflexes. It just looks good. Water blast on a Sentinel is insane because water blast on everything is insane. That's a good one. I've heard to stay away from ice. That ice and Sonic aren't so great on Sentinels, which is kind of sad. But yeah, that's what I think. I think Sentinels are actually really good. I think the buffs that they're getting, I don't know how it's gonna go over. I'm a little nervous about it because I think there's gonna be community backlash because Sentinels are gonna be. I believe those buffs place Sentinels on equal level with blasters, with with the caveat that you don't have to sacrifice a whole bunch to get the Sentinel's defenses up. To get the blaster at the same level of defenses as the Sentinel, you've got to do a lot of sacrifice and it's expensive builds to get that to happen. The Sentinel's like that out of the box. You could probably run a pretty decent Sentinel in just SOs or IOs. And I don't know how people are going to feel about that. I think it's stepping all over Blaster's toes. I don't care because I don't play Blasters that much, but I'm a little bit worried that there's going to be nerfs a coming after the buffs, especially to their Blast primaries. And I'm really nervous that Electrical is going to get nerfed for Sentinels because it's so good already on them, and on test it is insanely good on test. Insanely good. Rival is better. I believe Electric Blast is better on a Sentinel than it is on a Blaster. And we're gonna see how that goes. Fire probably not. Fire's probably better on a blaster. Ice is definitely better on a blaster. But electric blast and storm blast and water blast and possibly beam rifle, I think are just gonna be critting like crazy. I don't know how people are gonna what people are gonna feel about it. Anyway, this is my crazy Sentinel video. Um, I don't. I guess I'm gonna title it "Sentinels Aren't Underpowered." Take care.